Welcome back. You're listening to another episode of Walk-Ins Welcome, where we're going to help you triple your patient volume through digital marketing services and exceptional patient experience. And today, Michael, my co-host, we're going to go on a little journey with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to be our guide on the show today. It should be fun. Michael, go ahead and pull up Bard. We're using bard.google.com. And here's the deal. Here's why. We've put together so many show topics, and we have had so many guests on recently. We're just like, I don't even know what y'all want to hear, but shameless plug, if y'all will tell us what you want to hear about, we're happy to do episodes on that. But what I did.
So, and this is a full preference. Nick literally like, hey, just go with this. I'm like, okay.
Michael has no idea what's happening.
And then I said, Nick, hold my Alani, because we're big Alani new people here.
Right.
Instead of a beer.
Shameless plug. And let me just tell you what, these guys send us drinks all the time, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Alani New, for some reason, likes sending us drinks, and we appreciate it. And we've been getting, I think we now have had over 200 cans from them.
This episode brought to you by Alani New.
Apparently, it might be. I hope we don't get a written cease and desist on that comment. But
if there was ever an episode to get a cease and desist on,
this is it.
This is the one.
I think I should title this one the cease and desist.
Cease and desist. No, we're not going to do that. Fun with AI. That's what we're going to call it. And listen, go to bard.google.com, and I'm just going to tell you.
You'll need a Gmail account.
You will. But here's the thing. Everybody's got one of those, so it's not a big deal. But here's what I punched in. And we're just going to go with it. I thought that would just be fun to go with it.
Oh, no.
What is the most searched marketing tip for urgent care clinics in 2023? And they spat off some things that y'all are searching for.
And they spat off.
So we're going to talk about it.
And they literally spat off the first 4 is what we talk about.
Y'all think we have shameless plugs all the time, but we don't. And here's the thing. Michael, kick us off, buddy. What is the first bullet point that Bard thinks we should talk about with you guys?
Create a user-friendly website.
Now, this would have been a great opportunity for us to go back to our episodes and just drop episode numbers where we've talked about optimizing your website. But listen, the first tip is creating a user-friendly website. And you have a guy sitting here right next to me, standing really, who's built what, 1,000 websites at least?
At least 350.
I was nowhere near 1,000. Okay, I'm sorry.
But hey, let's be real. So, but no, and when it comes, at the end of the day, and there's, I really should say / have an online portal where you can book, schedule online. Because that's why people go there. I mean, at the end of the day. And then the next one says, optimize your site for search engines. Hey, it's so funny because this is like, okay, it's almost too generic for us.
Right.
But for the typical, like for an urgent care that has, they don't have time for marketing, right? They just like, what can I do right now? I mean, these are good starting points. They really are.
This is exactly what y'all are searching for on the internet.
Yeah.
In 2023.
At the end of the day, can we ask it for $19.99?
I mean, we could. I don't know how accurate it'd be, and we could really jack it up right now.
Like, could you redo this in 1999 and see, like,
how about we do that at the end of the episode?
Well, let's just have some fun.
Let's just see what happens.
But
I swear, if we get a Prince song
now, but the thing is, like, this is an AI, this is Bard, so this is accurate. This is ChatGPT is locked down from like 2021, right? So then, Bard is up to date as of like yesterday, and so. He's actually going to try.
No, you keep talking.
Anyway,
You're on the roll.
So at the end of the day, what does it start with? Build a friendly website. This is Google saying that. Google doesn't like websites. Google would much rather you stay on google.com in a search, but they're telling you this. Optimize your site for search engine, which is SEO, creating and sharing content. 2009.
Why not?
What happened in 2000? That's a little different.
Let's keep going. I know this is on the fly.
That was interesting,
and we'll get to it. 2009 versus 2023. But
interesting.
Where did you leave off?
Anyway, so we're going through the content side of things. So at the end of the day, content still rule. Like content, we've said this in webinars, we've said this in podcast episodes. Content is king, and content matters. And AI made content easy, air quotes, because it didn't in some ways and did in others. But you have to have good content out there. And that could be blog posts, that could be videos, that could be just putting out some health topics. I'm literally reading what it's saying. And it's true. Like, it really is. We know that the clinics that do the best put out content regularly when it comes from a search engine standpoint.
Speaking of content, ChatGPT, Bard. I'm using it right now to rattle off a list of things that y'all are searching for in 2023. Right?
And then all the other softwares that use ChatGPT as a back end.
This AI content generation is not going away.
No.
It's not going anywhere. It's becoming better. It's putting people out of work legitimately. I'm not, I mean, it's going to be a shift, right? And I would challenge you.
It's going to be a shift show.
I would challenge you to embrace it from the standpoint of learning as much about it as you can so that you can leverage it in your favor. Okay? Specifically speaking, creating and sharing content. If I can get, I'll just give you a simple prompt. Turn this content into a social media post. So take the blog on your website and say, turn this into 10 pieces of content.
Yeah.
And it'll do it for you.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Like within seconds.
Right. It'll just go ahead and chop it up for a Twitter post. It'll chop it up for a Facebook post. It'll chop it up for an Instagram, for a YouTube. It'll create what are some of those, like Reddit?
Yeah.
Like it'll chop it into all these different pieces of content that are usable. And if you have a long form 1,200 word, like we talk about, blog post, you're going to have tons of content to build on just off of that one blog post. And the only thing that I would say is add a link to that blog everywhere you post it, and you're going to create backlinks and you're going to show up on Google. That's creating and sharing content chopped up by AI.
But it should be noted, what you just said still takes effort. It's not a set and like I'm literally experimenting right now with a set and forget tool to see what happens, and it's still air quotes set and forget, but it still is taking effort to get it to that point. And just to see what happens. And I know reality is it's not going to do everything I want it to, but I just want to see. We have an we have an experimental site out there. If you're really curious about like when we just kind of mess around,
Oh man,
I'm gonna plug it.
dude,
I think
it's so funny.
So onestarmarketing.com. One is in terms of the numeral one. If you want a good laugh, go check that out. We literally made it to laugh at. I even updated today with an MS Paint file. Which is kind of fantastic. So thank you, Hannah, for that.
My next goal, just to give you some background on this, my next goal is to spin up a Google business profile and have everybody that I know leave me a 1-star sarcastic review. And here's why I'm doing that. I want to know the impact reviews have on the Google algorithms. I want to know if it matters if it's a 5-star or 1-star,
Well,
or if it just matters that there was a review left.
And and I've had all the service pages written by AI, by the way, and in a very sarcastic way that's very magical based, which is kind of funny.
It's glorious.
And then at the end of the day, I put analytics on it because I want to see, will it get if it gets traffic, I'm going to just start laughing.
OneStarMarketing.com.
Yeah, just go check it out.
All right. Next bullet point that y'all are searching for in 2023. This is number 4, is using social media. Shock and awe. Here's the thing. Apparently, y'all are struggling figuring out how to use social media.
Well, and the other side of that too is that social media is not if I post something, they will come.
Correct.
The 2009 version of this could have been that way
It could have been.
because that was 3 years after Facebook opened.
Let me give you a 10,000-foot view of social media real quick, though, because I want some practical application for each one of these bullet points, right? So if you're using Facebook, you're probably there for community.
Yep.
Okay. If you're using Instagram, you're probably there for vanity.
Yep.
You're posting pictures of selfies. That's what people do there. If you're on Twitter, you're probably political or religious, and you're there for opinion.
Or news or up to date.
Opinion.
Yep.
Right? Because news is just opinion now. And then you have LinkedIn, which is professional. You're making professional connections. Understanding what each one of these platforms are for will allow you to curate a post for those platforms for the maximum engagement. If you use it the wrong way, it's not going to work for you. If you post a picture of your dog on Facebook, it's going to explode. If you post that same picture of your dog on LinkedIn, nobody will care. That's how it
True.
goes.
It's true. And then we know that at the end of the day, the engagement is not what it used to be. If you're like, hey, if I post something, I'm going to get like 50 likes. Probably not. But putting ad spend behind stuff and building ads. If you're more interested in social media to just get more patience, you have to go the ad spend route. Just making post. We find that posting is that social proofing, and it's the, hey, we exist type of thing. But the engagement's never super duper high.
And then there's TikTok.
And then TikTok is just a wild west still. Like it is, what, 3-4 years old now?
It is making people so much money. And I'm not even talking about people who run ads on it. I'm talking about people who are getting on there and, shaking their butt And you know what I'm talking about?
Or my favorite success story of TikTok is Daniel Mack, which he's the guy that runs up to the car. Hey, what do you do for a living?
Oh, just like what kind of car do you have? Like
what do you? He runs up and they're driving like a Ferrari. And say, hey, what do you do for a living? It's a great car. And they explain. And now if you watch him, it's like he's like one of the most successful TikTok accounts out there, and you know he's making good money.
It is 100% pure entertainment.
Yep,
it is. All right, so that's using social media. What's next?
So this is now moving away from some of the digital. It says partner with other businesses.
Okay.
So they're saying, and I agree, like there's opportunities here. Partnering with local business, the discounts and promotions, partnering each other, healthcare providers, refer patients to each other. So it's true. Like, and I call this, you have those, what do you call them? Like the people, the healthcare
network
salespeople that go out and kind of get the referrals and say, hey, we offer this. We want to see if there's an opportunity to work with you guys. But it's true, because at the end of the day, like if you're in urgent care, you're kind of like that referral source, right? Where if somebody needs something beyond what you're able to do, you want to refer them over. So that relationship can be reciprocal in different ways. But then the other side is, if you're doing giveaways or whatever, you team up with a local coffee shop, not like a Starbucks, but like a local down the road coffee shop. And then like it's all cross promotional, because at the end of the day, people like shopping. A lot of people will go local before they'll go chain in so many different times. So like really encourage that. And it does take time. Partnering with other businesses is not like I'll call them up and they'll say yes. You have to build relationships and it takes time, but it does help you over time.
Actually, that's some really good content you just put out there, Michael. So it's like, that was better than the content that I had. So I'm going to move on to direct mail. Well done. So what are the point? This is the next bullet that you guys are searching for in 2023 for marketing tips, is using direct mail. This is that postcard that goes to someone's house. And I will tell you, I used to think that print is just completely dead, but I think now print done right is very effective. Very effective.
And honestly, it's trackable.
Yeah.
Like direct mail can actually, you have to combine it, right? Like a direct mail is trackable. How do you make direct mail trackable? I just sent to 4,000 households. QR code.
Yeah.
All day long. Or coupon code.
Coupon codes.
Perfect example. I live in Bessemer area, and right next to Bessemer is Helena. They just opened a new car wash. I got in the mail get a free $30 premium car wash. Here's your barcode.
That wins.
And it did. So like, and it said expires in August. Like, perfect, we'll go. So I went. This is the kind of the funny part. This is what you get for modifying a vehicle. But so I go in my truck, and I was like, what car wash? Well, I got my thing. Oh yeah, they scan it. I see it pop up. It had some code tied to it. It says, oh, premium car wash. Like, great. I roll up, and the guy's like, hey, I'm going to get in trouble by my manager because of your lights on your hood. Apparently, our blowers blow them off. I'm like, well, crap. And he's like, here's another but here's the thing. He did it right. Here's another, you have another car? Yeah. Here's another coupon worth the exact same amount that you just used. Come back with the other car.
So I got two things here. All right. One's a story, but I'll do that second because I've always got a story.
You didn't have a story on the math one.
I will well, come on, man. I was struggling. Anyway, math is hard. But you had some things in there, like you had a targeted audience, the area.
Yep.
Right? Probably have cars.
Yeah.
Probably targeted to people over the age of 16.
And when they probably have more than one car.
There was an offer. Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. We talk about this. There was an offer.
Yep.
Right? What was the final piece? There was a sense of urgency. Why?
It's going to run out.
It's going to expire.
Yep.
So a targeted audience.
But it wasn't like in 7 days. It literally said expires August 3rd, 2023. I was like, cool, I have enough time to do it.
That's right. So we talk about this in a previous episode, but this goes for all advertising. Yep. I want to do something. I want a call to action. Is the right offer plus the right sense of urgency multiplied by a targeted audience is insane results every single time. So I like that's just a practical application for direct mail. All right, attend industry events. We'll be there, right? So attend industry events. This is a great way to network. Especially if you're talking about partnering with other businesses. This could be part of your acquisition strategy if that's part of your goals.
Which we actually saw that the Urgent Care Association, there was a hospital there where they were basically saying, this is our system, like be part of this system.
Let us buy you.
Yeah, are you tired of this? Let us just take over for you.
Right.
That's a real thing. And then there's the local side of events where because Because like here in Birmingham, we're very big in the real estate world in Birmingham, and so there are lots of realtor events, and I know there are healthcare events here too. So it's just those opportunities to network with like-minded people, and it's just ways to help. Like, oh, I didn't know you guys did that. I should send more over that way, or vice versa, or just ways to grow. Because at the end of the day, if you're running a business, you have to network with people. Like, if you want to grow, like just over time or find the right people, you have to network over time. Like you just have to.
100%.
Like you may say, well, I'm not into sales. If you own a business,
you're in sales.
You're in sales to a degree, right? You may not be doing every sales call or knocking on doors or making phone calls, but at the end of the day, people want to talk to the owner, and then you may be not selling an account. You may be selling the business, and you just don't know it yet. So anyway.
All right. Last bullet point that Bard AI has served up to us on what you're looking for to use for your marketing is offer discounts and promotions. Now, this seems like a no-brainer.
I like the last part of that sentence.
Encourage repeat visits.
Yep.
I totally agree with that.
I think Bard copied us.
No, they probably did. They probably listened to our episodes.
Well, we told it to, remember?
We did. Before we fed the algorithm.
We'd say, hey, go check out our podcast. And they said they really liked it.
When you do this AI prompts, results may vary. All right. Offers and discount could lead to like vomiting and extreme diarrhea or something. I don't know. Isn't that how all the disclaimers go on
this episode?
On medical.
Fantastic.
Offer discounts and promotions. This can be difficult sometimes, but we had a great compliment from one of our urgent care clinics. We ran a $25 offer for sports physicals, and they said we've gotten more sports physicals this year than all the previous years combined.
That's huge.
That's huge. But we had an offer, a sense of urgency to a targeted audience. All right. So that's just one of the offers you can make. Think about the season that's coming up, not the one that you're in.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Think about the season that's coming up, pre-promote going into that season. If it's flu season, start early, flu shots or whatever you want to offer. If it's going into the summer, sports physicals, start early going into the summer. Right?
Yeah. Like right now we're recording this episode in the middle of summer.
Correct.
If you came to us next week and say, hey, I want to run sports physical, like, well, we get about a week left of effectiveness. It's over. Like it's not going to happen. So that's something Bart didn't say here, but we can tell you, plan ahead.
Well, I'll just tell you, if you're listening to this now, school's going to be starting up mid to late August. Getting your immunizations for your children is going to be huge. So you might as well start working on that.
And then lo and behold, flu season will be right behind it. And all of a sudden, here we go.
All right, Michael, you got super excited a minute ago when I did it for 2009.
I want you to do it for 99.
So I will do it. Let's do it. Stall.
Just put how about 99? And
let's see what pops out.
1999.
We need the do.
Did it give? Oh, there it is.
Something. Go.
Create. Oh, look at that.
Websites were hardly a thing back then. I'm not sure how.
No. But there's no more social media.
Social media disappeared.
So, like, here's the thing. Website. This is true. Websites have been around since 1995.
Right.
We actually have a company here in Birmingham that started website design in 96.
You're not talking about Ziggy, are you?
Kinetic guys.
Oh, Kinetic. They got the coolest office.
They do, which I think they moved from, but super cool. Anyway, beside the point.
Let's go get it.
Literally says create a websites are relatively new in 1999. There's a lot of interest in how to create one and generate leads. So that's so funny to me, but it makes sense. Email marketing. It talks about email. It didn't talk about email marketing before, and we agree. Like email marketing has its place, but it's not like it still works, but it's difficult. Like it's not as because back then, if you had an email address, you were cool. Like you were uppity, right? Like back in 99. Use pay-per-click. It's a new way to reach, which was Google. Google Ads back in
brand new,
like on the cusp, because Google was like 98, right?
Yeah. I don't even know if they had ads platforms.
This may have been Yahoo ads.
It could have been because I doubt it was Google.
And then it runs out of stuff. It says, then you measure it. So it's like they don't know what to tell you. And then it goes back into direct mail, industry events, and offers and promotions. So like when you say traditional marketing, that right there is traditional marketing. It didn't know what to say about digital except for like it was so new. Anyway, I bet if you did like 89 or 79 or whatever, it's going to be all traditional marketing because after digital marketing didn't come to play until 99 or 98.
Run a newspaper ad.
Yeah, right.
You're not
Or,
gonna see
no,
that.
Yellow Pages.
Oh gosh. Stop.
Actually, I'm surprised Yellow Pages isn't listed here.
Well, I'm not 100% sure how accurate that is because I did base it off of 2023 most accurate data. And then, of course, I fed something before it, probably by accident. But with that being said, though, y'all, I know this seems like it's been a train wreck of a podcast today, but we really did want to know, what are y'all looking for? What are the types of things? Which leads me into this beautiful segue. If there's a topic that you want us to cover on this podcast, we want to cover it for you.
and you're not happy what AI is telling you?
Yeah, if you're not happy with the results that Bard and ChatGPT are telling you, write into us. We've done some extensive research on our craft, and we want to share that stuff with you so that you can get back to the business of making money and helping your patients.
Yep. Well, I like this. 20 minutes.
I knew this was going to be fun, Michael.
And
I don't know a lot of things, but I knew this was going to be
And
fun.
then we got Alani Nu to sponsor, not really sponsor, but we promoted them because we love them.
Cease and desist, right?
Yeah, right. Waiting for that one. I'll put that in the notes. But
All right, fun with AI chat. That's what we did today. Here's the thing: go use AI and figure out what people are searching for in the urgent care space.
Yeah.
But more importantly, get out there and be proactive in your marketing. I know you're looking for it. We can see the search volume is there for people looking on how to grow their urgent care clinic. One way to do it is to study the rest of this podcast. Like, we have really good information for you.
and you know what? We have a book too.
We do have a book. It's called Walk-ins Welcome, shockingly.
So, and I actually have two sitting right in front of me. But if you guys are like, I really want to try this, and we have a book. Like we've been sending it to people.
We'll drop a link. We're giving a free PDF download of our book, Walk-ins Welcome. And it is a no strings attached download. We're not going to blow you up. We're not going to send you hate mail or anything like that. It is just a PDF download of the book it's our playbook. Michael, it is what we do for our clients.
If you do half what it says, you'll increase patients.
You're well on your way to a $3 million clinic.
Yeah, you really are.
Awesome. Well, listen, I hope you have a great week, and I appreciate the work that you put into your community. What you do matters. Thank you for listening to the Walk-ins Welcome podcast, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
See ya.